Hey there. Today I'm showing you some of the jewelry I have made since like the year 2007. That's when I really got into beading full time after attending a rehab center and being introduced back to beading, something that I did a little bit in high school. And, anyways, I was introduced back to beading through the art therapy program of the rehab center. And at the center, I eventually started volunteering after I graduated to help out with the art therapy program. And the center eventually hired me, and it was great. I think that was one of my favorite jobs, was working for the rehab center and helping out with the art therapy program. Um, I had that job until about 2012 when I got cancer, and I don't know. They let me go. That's all I can say. I didn't do anything. I had cancer, and that didn't work for them for some reason. Anyways, so I want to get back into helping people find healthy activities instead of their addictions, or connect them to respectable bead vendors. So in this video, I have a couple of books that I bought recently. I'm kind of disappointed that the history of Czech or Bohemian beads are only discussed for a few paragraphs, but you would probably need something the size of, Encyclopedia Britannica to really cover all the history of beads. You just can't do it in, a couple hundred pages. There's just too much. So right now what you see here is something I made recently. It's a set. It's a bracelet, earring, and necklace set. There's some, I don't remember what beads these are. I think I got these Amazonite and Czech Picasso, and I think this is like Australian chrysoprase. And I made this bracelet with a long extension because people have such varied size wrists. And you put this on, like, I mean, that's a 7.75 at the longest. And so let's shrink it up to the smaller size and see what we got. Okay, so it's 7.5. So it's still pretty loose on me if I wear this, and it has this dangle on it I got from a local bead store. I think it's just glass, and I did like a really simple basic wrap on top of it. It's not fancy at all. I do with messy wire wraps when I make jewelry. And so I had some earrings that I actually used some sterling silver, nice giant nugget beads instead of just silver plated. I thought they looked nice with the leaves. It had kind of that crinkle texture, mimic in the beads. I don't know if you can see that. You see a kind of crinkly texture mimic in the beads there. So I didn't use the leaf necessarily to create the set and the earring part. But this was like a very simple symmetrical piece I did. It's not bad. It's okay. I wear it to work. I get compliments, so yay! Move that out of the way. Okay, up next. This is a really simple, symmetrical, other than the black and the green. It's hard to fit everything on this camera. I need a new lens, but I'll get that when I have the money. It's just simple. I think it's like onyx and jade with a glass pendant with some Czech. Look like, I think those are crystals, Czech crystals and Czech seed beads. With maybe, this might be a tiara cast. It kind of makes me think of a tiara cast toggle. There's no extension on this. It's It's not a choker. It's a little bit longer than a choker, but yeah, maybe a choker. Just might hang at the collarbone level. Okay, so up next, I have something that I did just as an experiment. I've seen tons of people doing floating necklaces, and I never really did it because I just don't know, it just wasn't my thing, and then I decided to do it and I really liked it. Let's just see. So here in this thing of dangles, I have some agate, and I think this is African turquoise. I have a gold leaf. I don't know if that's what that's plated with. I have a copper bead, an emerald crystal, some dangles from a Silpata bracelet. I just like, you know, why not? Because that's just there. Who cares? A little elephant, because elephants are cute, and the trunk is up, and that's supposed to be good. And some seed beads, and they're all doing a little bit of floating. I got these lava cylinders from Michaels, and I think I also got these purple seed beads from Michaels. They're probably about a 6.0 size, or maybe a little larger. And I just used, I think this is some vintage chain with a handmade clasp, if I can get this off the clasp. Just a really simple clasp made out of bronze and then antiqued with liver silver and kind of buffed out a little bit with some sandpaper. All right, what do we have next? Oh, I got so many, I've got a ton of jewelry. So I've been getting into Swarovski. Swear off ski. Don't ski, swear it off. And I love these astral pink donuts. They're just, look at those facets. Look at the sparkle. It's amazing. So I just made a really simple necklace with some check faceted glass and some check triangle, I think they're triangle seed beads. They have kind of a different sheen to them. There's a little bit of iridescence, like in these beads have like a little bit of like that. I made a mistake. You see that? You see that mistake? It's always good to look at your stuff on camera, because you can see like, holy moly, I made a huge mistake. So now it's just one thing. If I made this for somebody, I would correct it. But this is fine the way it is. I'm not going to restring it unless somebody wants it, and I'll fix it for them. But just a simple necklace. And so here are some seed beads I got from the local bead store. They're, I think they're check beads. They have like a little bit of like Picasso finish on some of them. I just did a multi-strand, multi-pattern necklace with, I think this was snake skin jasper at the time that I bought it, with a dangle of agate. I think I got these snakeskin jasper beads off of Etsy years ago, and I haven't seen anything like them since, and I kind of covet them. They're not all in great condition. This bead is actually in pretty decent condition compared to the others. So yeah, I have some more seed bead necklaces and bracelets. This was just like me experimenting with seed beads and doing a pendant, because my boss likes jewelry, but she likes really simple stuff. So I was making things, trying to come up with something for her. And what I did end up coming up with was something more like this, what I just showed previously, than this one. I just wasn't sure about it. With the silver seed beads and kind of like that ruddy red brown seed beads with a little bit iridescence on it. I don't remember other than this bead being mookaite, or some kind of jasper, which everything is a jasper, it seems like. Okay. So here are some seed bead, love bead necklaces. Okay, here are some of my seed bead necklaces. I just kind of like made just spontaneously by putting piles of seed beads into my craft desk and just picking up whatever beads. I try to coordinate, like if they're green or rainbow or blue. This one I put a single crystal dangle on. But what you can also do, not just wear them as necklaces, but you can also wrap them around your wrist. Can't do it. Usually I can do it, but like there's the bracelet wrapped around the wrist. I'm having a hard time with my camera. I gotta get a new tripod. I figured out it's not just my camera, it's the tripod that's also an issue. But here is like a rainbow simple bracelet necklace. You could just wrap around. You can just wrap it around your wrist or your neck, and they're different colors, so you get a good variety. So like I made one in soft ocean seafoam and pastels. I made one with one of those energy prisms from Dakota Stones and green, so this would be good for St. Patrick's Day if you want. Made one in just a simple black and blue with a stone just dangled from the bottom. And then another one with blue apatite and blue beads and greens with a Dakota apatite. You see that apatite is really gorgeous. It has that flash in it. I don't know if you can see it. Okay. Let's look at some bracelets. These are some of my late night Madras bracelets, where I look at fabric and clothing from India and I take the colors and I just go with that. And so these have some Indian lampwork beads on them, so I think that brings the whole thing full circle. They're stretch bracelets with some aventurine, some yellow mookaite with glass beads. This one has carnelian and wood beads with a check bead focal and some jade and also some lava. Yeah, it's got a whole bunch going on. And here's some more with carnelian, mookaite, lava, stone, and wood. And another one that is lava, jade, mookaite, and carnelian. So I think these are fun. They work really great as sack bracelets. There's what they kind of look like there. Okay. So this one is something I made when I first started out with beading. This was probably made in 2007. I used cracked wire. It looks like, I don't know if you can see that hook there. It hooks into that. And so it's a beaded necklace with yarn, a fiber yarn, and lots of little metal craft wire dangles. I wish I knew who the person was that did this pattern. And I probably have it in a book somewhere or a magazine. I just have to find, it's probably in Stringing Magazine or something. Anyways. There are some really simple turquoise or seafoam blue stretch bracelets. These are kind of loose. I need to redo these because if you look at that, I didn't pre-stretch these. So this is a good thing to show that pre-stretching is important, because you get a baggy bracelet, and when you hang it on your finger, you get like that string there, and you should have beads covering your finger and not a string. And this one is tighter. This one's been stretched more and tied after it was stretched. And so this one is not as baggy. Gosh. Man. Okay. And so these are some other simple bracelets that I made using some hardware wire, craft wire, millefiori, I don't know how you say that word, millefiori, glass beads, and that's about it. So they're really firm, stiff bracelets with little wire wrapped. I probably made these in 2007. I do not know how I got the wire to wrap around here with the yarn, and then I didn't on this side. I think it's kind of funny, like you see all the mistakes that you make as a beginning beader, and like you're just cut corners, and like this one here has a piece of yarn sticking off. So it's like, these are good ideas, but they're not complete. They're not, these ideas have not come to fruition. They need some help. Okay. I work in a school, and I was in the art department. That's where I worked. And somebody left a giant wooden case television inside our main gallery, and I decided to take some of the pieces I found in the television and incorporate into this piece of jewelry here. I took out pieces that may not be healthy to wear. I wasn't thinking about that at the time, but like, you can see like that, like this little guy looks like a bead. He had metal through him, and he has stripes. I mean, doesn't he just look like he needs to be a bead? And then these, like this little square piece, looks like, it's so unique looking. Like, how do I not use them? And this, like, I don't know what these are called. Sprague atom, I don't know what that is. But yeah, I used some bronzite and some some copper dangles, and I just wire worked it together with some simple links. So that's that. This is a piece I made using stones that I found at a local bead store here in town. So there's some dangles. I think this is some kind of, this was real popular like in 2008 or 2009. It was some kind of candy jade, but this was like the more darker colors. I didn't use the bright ones. Like those look like some sort of like persimmon or something. They have like a fruit look. And again, I just made simple S-link chain to put this together and used a simple clasp and a really simple chain to finish the back of it. Oh no, my jewelry's getting mixed up again. Oh, I just kind of want to like take it all and dump it in a box and not deal with it anymore. It's really sad. So this is a piece I got from my friend who was doing a D-stash, I think. And I was just kind of like doing an asymmetrical chunky design with some sort of like, looks like some sort of green agate, coral, Z beads, wood, I don't know, I think that's wood, and maybe this could be carnelian, I don't know, that's really orange, it might be dyed quartz, a lot of this stuff is dyed, and it's on just a really simple chunky chain with a simple hook to go in the chain. So that's one necklace. Right. In my art department, there was a lady that gave me a bucket of bullet casings, and I made this necklace with the bullet casings and some stones. So it hangs down, and it's like a little collar necklace of stones and casings for bullets. I still have like another giant thing of bullet casings that I don't know what I'm going to do with. The lady who gave them to me passed away, and they're very special to me. But at the same time, there's so many of them, I don't know what to do. I may de-stash them for like a real inexpensive price. Alright, so here's another necklace with a little ceramic seashell pendant. Some beads that are actually wood or seed, I forget, I get tagua nuts maybe, some sheepskin jasper, and some kind of square rondelle maybe, sort of size, some other kind of seed with some washers from the hardware store, some resin beads, and I think these are ammonite chip beads, and then a little button clasp in the back, with a wire clasp in the back of the button that fits right into here. This is a very simple necklace, just a little blue and gray, kind of a foggy ocean morning maybe. which I don't live near the ocean, so I don't get any of that there. Here in Montana, no ocean. This is something I am probably going to recreate with better head pins, because these are all handmade head pins that are not stretched, or twisted at the backs, at the bottom, and they've really tarnished, and I think they're gonna catch on clothing and be kind of a nuisance. But I really like the fruity look of these beads. I think when I made this necklace, I was inspired by some Day of the Dead colors, but I made a little bit more punchy with the yellow. I got these beads at a local bead store here. I love these carnelian beads right here. They're so neat. There's probably dust all over these beads because they've been hanging up in my bedroom for years, and I have not worn these. Another cracked dyed agate focal. Those are everywhere. Cracked dyed agate. Alright, here's another bracelet. This is very chunky bracelet made with some polymer clay beads that I got from my friend who did a garage sale here. And I think I got these from Reduction Nation like years ago, many years ago. I don't even know if Reduction Nation is still around. I have to look on Etsy. And then using Jinya cord, which is imitation leather cord, to tie on the heart. And then a Hamsa hand with a little beaded jump ring to go with the bracelet. Okay. Okay, and this is a mixed media necklace, not a bracelet. Has a magnetic clasp underneath the flower. And there's silk and dangles and chain and ribbon and carnelian, jasper, more carnelian and jasper, and again back to the front. So you just take it off, comes back together with the magnet. So like I would wear this on my neck and wear it kind of sideways. Man, nothing's working out for me today. You just have a day that's just not your day, and you're just like, oh, come on, be over. I need to go to bed and reset everything. So there's the dangles. Probably citrine and jasper. Quick stretch bracelet with some shells that I got from Beauty and the Bead, some pink sponge coral that I got from my friend here in town at a garage sale, and a Chinese crystal bead from Beauty and the Bead, and some, I think these are Picasso drucks, and actually fits me pretty well. So this is the bracelet. I need to probably restring it because it's a little loose. Picasso check beads are awesome, and I filled this bracelet, this 3-strand bracelet, very simple, with some magnesite beads and striped Picasso check seed beads of many different sizes. So there's those seed beads in there. They're really chunky. I mean, they're like, I mean, some of them might even be 7 millimeters. They're really huge. Another simple necklace I made just using a focal I got at a local bead store. Some ammonite and just some layers of chain. Just simple, to the point. Wear the stone on your neck and there you go. That's your necklace. And we're getting down to fewer pieces. Oh no, I have more. Great. This is just a simple necklace I made with stones I got from Michael's and a chunky chain. So it's a simple choker. I guess I have quite a few chokers in here. It's not until recently that I've gotten into making longer necklaces. Here is a mixed stone and media kind of necklace. Got a large wood pendant here with I think this is bronze, an antique, no, or brass. It might be brass that has been antiqued. Got some peanut beads, some green spacers, I don't remember what a lot of these are. This right here, this right there is a ceramic. I think this is venturine. This is some kind of quartz. That's a rough nugget quartz with bone or horn beads in between. And then over here we have more ceramic and wood. These ceramic beads have a lot of character. This one's a little bit bigger, and this one has just a little bit of character on it. And these wood chunks, I got these ceramic beads from a local bead store. And then I just made a simple S chain with some jump rings out of brass, and then patinaed it with liver of sulfur. And then this is the necklace that I put on everything right now because it's my favorite necklace. It was really simple to make, but I just love the components. It has like a really ethnic, tribal, bohemian, whatever feel. It's a real medley. Some nice, probably maybe a 4/0. I mean, these are bigger than 6/aught seed beads. And then there's these little brass scallop dangles that I got from some place on Etsy that just turned out perfect for this piece. I didn't have a plan for these when I bought them, but I just liked them and it worked out great. And then we have a brass African bead and Z beads, along with some brass twisty beads that I made on my own and patinaed. And then we just have a big chunky chain at the end with a really simple clasp. All right, and then I have some more fiber pieces. These aren't completely finished, but I think I'm gonna do a tutorial on these when I get a chance. I want to add some fringe of beads around the edges, but I just basically took two fabrics, sewed them together however I felt like with whatever thread that I wanted to use, and then I used embroidery thread to seal off the edges, and I used some eyelets in different colors. So this eyelet is in red. I got this eyelet off of Etsy. This eyelet is green. So when you wear them, they're really light, and they're just not a good weight to them. They're just fabric, so it doesn't pull your ears down when you're wearing them. I have a cat making crazy sounds. I don't know what to do. There's always a cat making sounds. Oh, my cats. Oh. So I have some sari silk from Darn Good Yarn that I make tassels out of. This is some silk sari recycled fabric. I think I got this piece from Art Chick Studio in Canada. I don't think they exist anymore. I'm thinking about putting some paint on this and making it a little bit more interesting than just the wood. And then again, I've got some brass beads with mookite, some in burgundy and some in mustard, a little bit of cream. And again, I didn't put a clasp on here because this is so long that you could just put it over your head. And so I just put a washer from the hardware store on this as a kind of a back focal. It just sits like against your neck and you don't really feel it. I got some crystals from Candy Cooper, a strand of crystals, and it was the best strand of crystals that I've gotten so far. And she apparently got them from Dakota Stones, and I tried to get some from Dakota Stones, and they were not as good. It was really disappointing. But this is one of the many things that I made from that crystal strand. This is another choker, just a simple chain with a little bit of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces of quartz as a focal on the necklace. And here is another necklace I made using the quartz. And I used some beads that I got from Beauty and the Bead. And I don't remember where I got this charm. I love this charm. It has little designs in it. And I was gonna give this to a friend, but I think it actually turned out a little too long, and I may redo it and reassess it. I'm not a huge fan of this necklace. If you have any opinions about any of the jewelry, I'd love to hear it. If you see something that you're like, that looks amazing, that looks crazy, that doesn't look right, just let me know. I'd love to hear it. Whatever you got to say, I'm here to talk. And here's another necklace using those crystals. I actually even made a bracelet with these crystals, but I've already mailed it off to a former student. I just gave it to her for free. She needed a little pick-me-up, so I made her a bracelet and gave it to her with the power of crystals. And so this is a little bit longer than a choker. It's not really adjustable because I made it for my neck and how I like it. So it is what it is. I love it. It's like a collar bib necklace. All right. And we have one more necklace left. Yeah, one more necklace. Again, with some of those beads I got from Etsy. I forget the artist. She was really popular like in 2008 and 2009. And she did a lot of like stuff from Detroit, inspired by that. And then this ceramic pendant is by somebody that made a lot of ceramic pieces and was experimenting and making beading components, and I got this from her, and I don't think she's in this on Etsy anymore. I don't know where she is. Some lampwork bangle glass, kind of like a little seed pod, again with a ceramic bead and some more ceramic beads with some pyrite. And this I hand knotted on some, I think it's kind of like an evergreen wax cotton cord, and just did 2 strands and tied a loop over each bead. And then I got this button clasp I'm using. I'm just hooking it into a little brass clasp I made. I hammered it out. And so you take this green button, this looks like a lily pad. I got it from a local quilt store. And so you put it in here and then you just slide that in there. And then your necklace is clasped. It's not adjustable really, so it's a long necklace. And then some oval pyrite beads with some jump rings. A nice, beautiful lampwork bead with some cheaper lampwork beads mixed in with some metal spacers. Just kind of give it a little bit of asymmetrical design with some more mookaite. Alright, those are some of the pieces I have. I have a lot of jewelry and I don't know what to do with it. It's ridiculous. Like, I'm just gonna pull all this here. This probably weighs several pounds. I have a ton of jewelry and I like making it. I didn't show everything I have in my pile. Like, I didn't get a chance to show my cuff bracelets. They're real simple, crafty, scrappy bracelets with a little bit of bead stitching around them. There's that. With some lace. I take scraps of fabric I find at estate sales, and I always just want to use the fabric and not let it go to waste, so I use little tiny scraps, like even little tiny pieces of lace I'll sew into a cuff bracelet. Anyways, if you have been watching this video the whole time, you are crazy. You're also amazing. I love you. These are my necklaces, bracelets, and one pair of earrings. No, 3 pairs of earrings. And that's what I do. And that's what I like to exist for, is beads. This makes me happy. This is my happy place, is beads. So if you have any comments, please leave them below. If you would like to know where I got anything, I will try to research it and find a source. I can usually do like a reverse image search and find something similar. Yeah, just let me know what you think, and I hope that you have a wonderful day. Have a good night, have a good day, have a good morning, have a good afternoon. Be awesome.